All right, hello everybody. My name is Charles. This is Carlos. That is Joy. This is Ashley, and that's Courtney on the end. And y'all are joining me in giving a speech about brain-machine interfacing. Brain-machine interfacing is defined in APA Dictionary of Psychology as a system that translates the electrical activity of the brain into signals and that control external displays and devices. And similarly, Britannica doesn't have any hard copies of it, but it does a similar thing where it offers the extension of saying that human-machine interfacing is much like using your phone or using pencil and paper to relay messages and to relay communication to another person. And so I am going to be talking to you all about what I want to know. What I want to know is your thoughts. That's the reason why I'm going into biomedical engineering. I am very interested in everyone's thoughts, and I know everyone else is too. Everyone else I've ever talked to has wanted to know what everyone else is thinking, whether they're embarrassed about it, whether they care about that person, whether they are afraid of that person, and just if you just know them barely. And I want to know everyone's thoughts. So this is relatable to everyone because we all care about what everyone thinks. It's been said in movies, it's been said in video games, it's part of a TV show called Kino's Journey. There's an entire episode devoted to how people are built with this new technology that will allow them to hear everyone's thoughts. And they end up living in an isolation because everyone's thoughts are so complex and so terrifying to understand. But we really like understanding everyone's thoughts. This is why we create phones, why we communicate to our spouses, and everything like that. So some of the articles that I've gotten information from are from Variety, where they've done a piece about how you can integrate computers with your brain so that you can manage video games. And one person is able to send their thought using EEG signals to others, and that person is able to move the piece in the video game so that it falls into the right spot, and it's worked to some extent. And this creates hope for the future where we will be able to understand what people are technically thinking, exactly what they're expressing, so that we don't have to rely on our incapable speech, so we don't have to rely on our bad texts, so we don't have to rely on smoke signals if you're Indian or something like that, and sensitive. And then we also can move forward with being as honest and as appreciative of what everyone is thinking and going through. Because depression is a real issue, and we really, really could use the ability to understand what they're thinking and what they're going through. So, other issues that arise with the possibility of this machine interfacing is that we have the possibility of, so if you were able to connect your brain to a machine, if you were to do it internally or externally, whenever you have an impulse, like, man, I really want to just punch this person, what if the machine just does it for you? If you are like attached to a hardware, an external hardware system that, like, for a disabled person, and they just kick a person because their legs don't work, but they were thinking it, and they couldn't have any control over it because of the issues of malfunctions with this new technology. Furthermore, what are the more malicious attacks that you could make? If you're connected to the internet and your thoughts are connected to the entire world, would someone be able to hack your thoughts, to hack your system, and will they be able to construe, misconstrue, misrepresent even better than we have right now? Like, what will fake news look like in the future? And then more so, will our bodies be able to integrate if we choose to do internal lacing, neural lacing, where it's like attached to our brain itself? Or should we stick to external devices? Do we focus on powering with internally, because our bodies don't do that very well. We don't generate enough information or enough energy. If we do it externally, it's gonna look weird. We have the pads and everything, or we're just gonna walk around wearing helmets maybe. But we're very early in brain-machine interfacing. And beyond that, there's many more fears. Fears that we might end up being in the Matrix, so that we would become little wombs for electricity, which isn't the best idea because we don't generate that much electricity. And then other issues such as the possibility of, like, The Demolition Man. It's another movie where they tried to recreate virtual partner experiences, and it wasn't well liked by the main character in that movie, to say the least. But to get back on track and away from all these movies and all this fiction, because this is reality and that's what matters. In the future, we want to be able to talk to each other, we want to be able to understand each other, and we wish to be able to communicate abroad. We will also be able to learn better, because we will constantly have access to all this information, to all these experiences, and to, say, Google, you'll be able to search anything. And I hope you all had fun enjoying my brain-machine interfacing speech, and I want you all to have a good day. Thank you.